Amidst all the attention that is at this point at the Champions Trophy, but we should not forget that we are just a few days away from the Indian Premier League as well. India's festival is all set to begin from the 21st of March, and the season opener will be played between the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. And just ahead of the IPL, the BCCI has introduced new rules for the IPL teams as well. You would remember, after whatever happened during the Border Gavaskar Trophy, the Indian team and the BCCI together came out with a list of rules that will be followed moving ahead as far as Indian tours are concerned. Same kind of rules, just a little difference as far as regulations are concerned. The BCCI has now come up with rules for the IPL also, which will be followed to the T. And these rules, and why are these rules actually making the headlines, I'll be telling you in this video. So the rules are like the first rule that we also notified you on Sports Today earlier, that no open net sessions will be allowed. So basically all the teams will be getting two practice wickets before the season and during the season, and also one more net will be given to them for the purpose of range hitting and throwdowns. But if the game is at the Mumbai venue, over there just two wickets will be given to both the franchises, and if two franchises are practicing simultaneously, then both the teams will be getting just two wickets, not three in that scenario. And the second rule that is there, that no fitness test will be happening on match day on the main square. So a lot of these rules have come in because the domestic season, a long domestic season, has just come to an end. As you would know, the Ranji Trophy finished a couple of days back, and now the wickets of the most of the Indian grounds where the IPL will take place have sort of gotten a little tired. And just to prevent that, the BCCI has come with these rules that the wicket will be protected much more. The teams will not be given that much time on the center wicket, and specifically on match days when you have players who have to give their fitness test, they will not be allowed to do that in the main square. So the main square basically is the area where all the pitches are there. One pitch holds the match, that pitch is reserved. Usually on the other pitches where there is a little more grass coverings, players do tend to do their warm-ups over there, try to give their fitness test. That will not be allowed during this IPL, so that those wickets which are already worn and torn so much because of the domestic season are given much more rest. And if two teams will have to practice at simultaneous times and there is no sufficient area for that, then the team managers will have to talk to each other, decide amongst themselves, and if they are not able to come to a solution, then the BCCI will intervene and they will take the final call. But the main thing that has actually changed, and this is something that is being talked about way too much, and that is that player to use the team bus while coming for practice and for matches. This has been made very, very clear that the system that is there for the Indian team now, that the Indian team will have to travel in the team bus, be it a practice session or be it an Indian game. Then also in IPL as well, all the franchises, all the teams will have to travel by the team bus. The systems of traveling alone, traveling with your families, or going by your personal cars to the ground on match day or for practice will not be allowed anymore, even in the IPL. So the rule that was there for the Indian team has now been replicated in the IPL as well. So this is something that has changed this year around. Another thing, that on practice days, only accredited staff are allowed in the dressing room and on the field. Family and friends can travel separately and can watch practice from the hospitality area. Two operative things in this rule. First being that only accredited staff will be given permission. Till now we have been seeing that post the match, we see owners, we see family and friends going into the dressing room after the IPL game. That would not be allowed. Only 12 members list will be given by franchises first. They will get the accreditation and only they can go on the field of play and in the dressing room during practice or during an IPL match. Players, family, friends, all the other people who aren't accredited and are still with the franchise, they can only watch the game from the stands and specifically the hospitality area if it's family and friends. So these are the two rules that have really have created a buzz on social media, because these two things which has been implemented in the Indian team now will also be implemented in the IPL, which is considered to be a little a sort of a festival season. Now those rules have gotten a little strict for the IPL as well. Next, moving on, players and support staff will not be sitting in front of the LED boards. Separate places will be marked across the field of play where substitutes can be seated. So basically, what the problem happens is that that the sponsors who are paying so much money, their sponsorship sort of gets covered when players sit there. You have seen players, substitute players or support staff who roam around the boundary line during the game is going on because they have to give waters or towels or whatever the players on the field need. But that won't be allowed now. They can go and have a walk over there so that they can give utilities to the players, but they are not allowed to sit over there because what that does is that covers the sponsorship boards, the LED boards, and that sort of maybe not be going down well with the sponsors. So a separate area will be given, but that will not be allowed, and that will have to stop starting from 21st of March. Second thing that has come out is that in the presentation, floppies, slippers, and sleeveless jerseys are not allowed. It's a basic rule. You have seen a lot of times players come and collect their awards in slippers post match and in their sleeveless hoodies and all of those sleeveless jackets. That will not be allowed anymore. That will have to stop as well, so that the decorum and the respect is maintained as far as of cricket is concerned. So slippers, floppies, and sleeveless clothes will not be allowed. Your match jersey, you have to be in your match jersey in your shoes if you are part of the presentation ceremony. So quite a lot of strict rules have been implemented in the IPL. Nobody was expecting it. It wasn't on the lines of happening. But since the time whatever has happened with the Indian team, rules were not being followed. That's why the Indian BCCI and the Indian team had to come up with stricter laws for the Indian cricket team, and now that is being also rubbed off in the IPL, and that sort of shows that how seriously the Indian team and the BCCI are about the rules that they released a few 1 month back from now. That is all that I've got for you as of now. We are building up towards the IPL as well. Not too many days to go. We'll just Champions Trophy ending on the 9th of March. Just 2 weeks gap in between. And if India ends up winning that, that 2 weeks will also go into the celebration. So no break as far as cricket is concerned. Champions Trophy ends and then the festival, the 2.5 month long festival, will be beginning from the 21st of March. So everything is in readiness. The BCCI is also preparing towards the IPL. So stay tuned on Sports Today. Lots of cricketing action for the next couple of months. So for that, you have to subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that as soon as we are live or there is any news update for you or ground report from Dubai, you come to know first.